Hello everyone and welcome to my classic F1 97 season, and today we are in the European Grand Prix in Spain at Jerez. Well, what can I say about this track? Boring, boring, boring. I'm sure this is another track where the AI have a secret 5-second shortcut because I came absolutely nowhere. Anyway, I thought I'd just share this with you and so you can see the cars going round, and while that's happening I'm going to tell you my story of Formula 1. My story about F1 is probably no different from anybody else's. I was introduced into Formula 1 through my father. It was odd clips at first, which then moved on to the highlight show, which was usually shown later on in the evening on the same day of the race. I watched a few races throughout the 80s and 90s, and in 1992 I did manage to see Nigel Mansell win the World Championship. Now, of course, being English, we always used to cheer on our British heroes, but at the same time we both had great admiration and respect for one Ayrton Senna. I did manage to watch a few races in 1992, but I was quite busy that year, so it was 1994 when I made the conscious decision that this was the year I was going to follow Formula 1. A lot of things happened in 1994. My father dying was one of them, and then just 2.5 weeks later was that fateful race in Imola. I knew my hero was dead the moment he hit the wall. I cried tears the same as for a grieving relative. It was a full hour before the helicopter came and took away my hero. What you have to understand is this was happening live on my television. There was no YouTube. There was no streaming services. After the race was over, we had to wait for the news reports to find out what Ayrton Senna's condition was. But I already knew. I cried again a week later in Monaco when Murray Walker, how he got through it I don't know, read out a statement from the Senna de Silva family. From that moment I have been obsessed with Formula 1, and I don't think I'll ever forget that fateful day in Imola. Now, let's get back to the race. This is the race. We are in Jerez. As you can see, I'm in 22nd position. Not very good, but we will continue. This is just the highlights because it was just really boring. I ended up racing the Minardi in the end, which is not good. So I'm down to 15th. I managed to gain a few places. And I think I ended up, I don't know, 15th, 16th, something like that anyway. Anyway, that was my story about F1. I will continue to watch F1, even though even today tragedies are still happening. And as you've probably noticed, I have been very reluctant to talk about Michael Schumacher because it is still quite painful. To the English, he was the one we just love to hate, but that didn't lose our respect in any way, shape or form. I think now everything that happened with Michael Schumacher should be forgotten, and the only thing we should remember now is that he was a 7 times world champion. Okay, as Dave reaches for the tissues, he's now going to show you the qualifying session for the next race. I got so caught up in that I forgot what I was doing. Okay, back to normality now. This is at Portugal and we are in Estoril. This is the last round of the season and this is round 18. Now if you're looking at the scenery and you're thinking, yeah, hang on a minute, where's half the scenery gone? Ah yes, now they weren't too sure whether this race was going to be on or not, so it's not quite finished. It was a bit of a rush job. As you can see, those mountains, yeah, they look like they were put in as an afterthought. But there we go. This is the last round. They included it. So here we are. We're in Portugal. Now in 1996, pole position was by Damon Hill in a 1 minute and 20 seconds. The winner was Jacques Villeneuve in 1 hour and 40 minutes, and the fastest lap was also by Jacques Villeneuve in a 1 minute and 22 seconds. So, how do you think we're going to do on this track? Well, I have to say, I was quite surprised actually. I think I did quite well. I managed to get up to about 10th position, I think. Anyway, you've heard far too much of me waffling on. So I think it's time to get on with this race, as we now come into the pit lane just to see what our score is, as we put on new fuel and some new slicks. Oh, as you can see, currently we are in 3rd position. So let's accelerate forward a little bit more now to see. Yes, we ended up 10th overall. Okay, no more waffle from Dave. It's time for the race.
Welcome to Jerez for today's Grand Prix. Jerez in Spain has been the scene of some truly exciting races, notably that when Ayrton Senna in his Lotus practically dead heated with Nigel Mansell's Williams. Strangely, it seldom seems to attract a big crowd, but the teams and the drivers are happy to face its twists and turns. He's had a fantastic season, and this result is a testimony to his skill and determination. Second in the Formula One World Championship.
Okay, that's it guys. I ended up in second position after all. I'd like to thank everybody who has made a comment for this series. I think we're getting up to about 400 views for the whole of this series, which for a 18-year-old game isn't bad. I've just shown you the bonus tracks you get after you win or actually finish the season. This is Aida, which they just reversed the name, and this is Adelaide. So that's it, that's the end of the Formula One season. Or is it? No, it isn't, because I'm bringing back the Brummy Bear. Yes, that's right. One of the things I didn't tell you about this channel is that on the games where there's no career mode, I'm doing bad car, good car. And we've done the bad car, that was the McLaren. And now we are going to do the good car. And we are bringing Nigel Mansell back where he belongs, in the Williams. And also his teammate is going to be Damon Hill. Yes, my personal opinion is Damon should never have been sacked after being made world champion in 1996. So I am righting that wrong, and he will be his co-pilot. And this will be my one final chance at winning the F1 97 season, because this is the last time I will be playing this game. It's time to say goodbye to an old friend, and this is how I'm going out, with Nigel Mansell. Also coming up, yes, you saw it there, they say it's not possible, but I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to try and do a season in F1 98. Will it all end in disaster? Well, probably, but there we go. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. Sorry the video was a little bit longer, but I had quite a few things to get through. I'm also tweaking the F1 2014 season. That will now be on Sundays, and I'm doing 50% races. I'm still going to edit it down to 15 minutes, but oh my goodness, I'm nearly running out of time here, as I can see from my counter. Anyway, thanks. I'll see you Sunday.